Alles is nou reg.
Okay.
Al wat jy nou moet onthou, so jy kan vra, so dis net sy wat gaan inkom, niemand anders nou nie. Jy kan net vir sê hy gaan outomaties live op die uur, so jy gaan dan mute en jou klank
Afsit.
En dan moet jy net so aan die einde 'n oor gooi om te luister of sy klaar is en dan al die streaming end.
End, ja. Okay.
Dan gaan hy net gou met wat chat as ek kan jou hoor. En sy is dan soos
Met daar sy.
sy het nie die beste kamera nie, dis verseker.
Ja, nee, hy blur so 'n bietjie. Ek dink dis die wit agtergrond. Okay. Hallo Nikki. Kan jy my hoor? Hi.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
I'm good.
Oh, that's good. So basically what's going to happen is on the hour, it's going to go live. Okay, so you basically have to do nothing. Have you got any presentations or anything that you're going to show?
I do have a presentation.
You do have a presentation. Okay, so but basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you access so that you can show your presentation. Okay. Let's do that quickly.
I'm just going to bang through the presentation and hopefully somebody will gain some value from it.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Do my thing. I totally thought this was another day, but this is good.
Yeah. It's different, isn't it? But yeah, it's something that I think South Africans had to get used to, as you know, all these virtual and some suddenly you're sitting in front of a camera and there's no face-to-face anymore.
I mean, I'd much rather be in South Africa, I'm not going to lie.
How's the weather there by you?
Well, I'm in Florida, so it's beautiful.
Obviously, Florida is always beautiful, lovely hot weather. Similar almost to South Africa.
We have a lot of South Africans in.
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. They love going to Florida. I know quite a couple of people that lives in Florida, and they quite enjoy it there.
Okay, so should I share my presentation now and then do present when I'm...
You can start sharing the presentation. You already, I've made you active, so you should be able to share it already.
Oh no, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Hold on. Exit here.
There you are, I can see it. Oh, brilliant.
But the thing is, I can't see myself when I do the presentation, so I'll just have to wing it.
Let me see if I can set a setting. She wants to see herself while she's doing the presentation.
To see myself. I just don't know if people are going to, like, if there are any issues, I'm not going to be able to know because I'm not. Does that make sense?
On Zoom, or you basically want to see yourself on Zoom, or Swapcard?
I don't need to see myself on Zoom. I want to make sure they can see the presentation when I put it on. That's all.
Okay. So we can quickly have a look. So let's have a look.
Can you see my presentation right now?
Not at this point.
Okay.
There you are. There we can see it now.
Okay. So I can't see anything other than my presentation. Do you see me and my presentation or just the presentation?
Click. You need to click side by side speaker on Zoom. Then you'll be able to see yourself. Top right hand corner.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop share.
It's the small view button. If you click on it, it gives you
the gallery view.
Yes, it should be on the corner. Yes, on top. Let me just that one. Speaker view.
Speaker view is good.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I share it. I still don't see me. I just see the
Don't you see
presentation.
yourself?
No, but it's fine. As long as you guys, do you guys see me and the presentation or just the presentation?
Yes, I do. No, I see you and the presentation.
All right. Well, I'm going to be reading notes, but that's fine, right?
Yep, that should be fine.
Should I keep my presentation up for now or?
Just hold on 1 second. I just want to quickly listen.
When the video starts, when she starts, you're gonna take a video off and we're gonna pin you, and she's gonna be the only one. So that's why she cannot see herself. It's because you're speaking as well.
Okay.
So as soon as you stop speaking, it will only be her and her presentation.
Okay, so what's going to happen is as soon as it starts, I'm going to take my Zoom off and I'm going to actually pin myself. So you won't be able to see me. Then you will be able to see you. It's because I'm speaking as well. That's why you can't see.
I see. Okay. Well, I'm just wondering because the only thing I see on my screen is my presentation.
Yeah, and that will change as soon as I mute myself and I put my video off, and then you'll be able to see yourself and the presentation.
Can we practice it?
Yes, we can. Let me do that.
Let's see if we
I'm going to stop my video and I'm going to mute myself.
I'm just curious what it looks like. Yeah, I only see my presentation, but I don't care. I mean, it's fine. I just don't see myself at all.
Don't you see yourself at all?
No, I just see the big presentation on my computer screen.
Okay, that's quite strange. Yet the settings says here you should be able to. Let me just quickly ask the expert. Sy kan nog steeds nie, sit ek die video af, kan sy nog steeds nie haarself sien nie.
Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
It's Lazalia.
Hey.
Yes, so sorry about this.
No,
so
it's no.
when you click on that little view button in the top right-hand corner,
Yeah.
and you select speaker,
Yep.
doesn't it give you the option to view speaker view, and then you'll have the big presentation? Are you using only one screen?
Yeah. I'm not that fancy.
Neither are we, but we just cannot live without two
I'm
screens.
fine just doing the
complicated.
presentation as
Okay.
It's totally fine, and I'll just share it after I've introduced myself. Then I'll share.
Okay. All right, yeah, that's perfect, because our recording shows you and your presentation. So the recording, everything will be you, and yeah. So fix your hair. We're going to see all of it. There we go.
Oh my god! How many people are watching?
We can only see once it starts.
Oh,
But
okay.
the video and the recording, everything will be available throughout Family Reunion for the next year. We're going to make it available. So yes, I
That's a
know.
big deal. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. I think it's going to be.
Okay, I'm going to hand you over to Belinda again. I've got my own session to go and to man, but yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye.
I'm back. So you're all fine, you sit.
Yeah, I'm just going to share it. I won't be able to see myself, but it's okay. I don't need to see myself.
Okay, good. So all it's going to do is just go live exactly on the hour. And then I don't know if you want to, if there's people sending messages, do you want me to copy it into Zoom for you? So do you want to answer anything?
To be honest, if I can, I'm going to have Facebook Messenger open on my phone because I'm worried that the Zoom thing may not go through. But yes, you can put, isn't there a chat?
Yes, there's a chat option. And so what I'll do is I'm going to copy it, because depending on where they're putting the messages, because they're not going to see Zoom. They're actually working from,
yeah. Put it in Zoom, that would be great.
Yeah, so I'm just going to copy it into Zoom for you, and then, you can answer or not answer, whatever you would like to do.
All right, perfect. I'm going to answer at the end, I think. I'm going to do all questions at the end.
Okay, fantastic.
And I'm going to zip. Some of the pages on my presentation are not relevant, so I'm just going to quickly zip through them.
Okay.
But it'll be fine. I have 45 minutes, right?
Yeah. It's 4 minutes to go.
Is it 45 minutes including questions or 45 minutes and then questions?
No, 45 minutes in total. So
Oh, great.
it should be, it should be including questions.
Okay, then I'll leave 10 minutes for questions. So I'll do
Okay.
it, well, maybe 15.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Maybe 45. We'll just do 45 minutes of questions. It'll be fine.
Just tell him to read the screen and ask questions.
Yeah, exactly. I have my Facebook Messenger open. If I'm not, who should I talk to if something goes wrong?
You can just talk to me, and then we can
Are
a
we
lot of
Facebook friends?
all this. Yeah, and then what we can do is we can sort it out here quickly and see what we can do to get your thing sorted out. So any technical issues you can just I'll be on the whole time. So it's just quickly easy. What you can do is you can either send me a message on Skype, or you can just say Belinda, and
Are we
I
Facebook
can.
friends? Are you going to be on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook. So if you want to message me on Facebook, it's fine.
What's your last name?
Oh, it's Belinda Diago.
Oh, there's a couple.
Will
you friend me?
Yes, let me do that. You can message me on the chat box as well, because basically only me and you will see that. Nobody else would.
Okay.
If that's easier, then I'll sort out Facebook as well.
Having issues, I'll be able to just text you on that. That's my kind of go-to.
Yeah. Let me quickly see what I can do on Facebook. What is your Facebook name?
Nikki Klein, Nikkiklein.
So you go straight to the swap card site, and that thing that's been emailing you all this time.
Okay, I think it's you. I've added you as a friend. You'll probably get the request.
So you should see my screen.
Yes.
You go to this website, you go to sessions, and then you just click on the session that you want to watch. And then on the hour.
Okay, so we've got 1 minute to go, then you're going to be live.
Okay. So I'll just jump right into it?
Yeah, it will go immediately live. So you can just basically start talking.
Okay. So maybe I'll put my presentation up now and just have it ready.
Yeah, you can have it ready. Have it ready.
Yeah, so that is also base.
Okay.
All right, so you guys can see that?
Yes, I can see that. I'm waiting. So as soon as I can see it live on YouTube, I'll let you know. So we can see your presentation on YouTube as well. Okay, I'll give you the
countdown.
Okay, it's almost there. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're still waiting. Okay, your presentation is live.
Hi, everyone. I am Nikki Klein with Keller Williams Realty in Boca Raton, Florida. So I want to tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, I'm really excited to be here and share with you guys. I'm going to be doing a bit of a presentation on growing your Facebook and then growing your business from that organically. Tell you a little bit about myself. I am, first of all, not very tech savvy, so this is going to be fun. All right, so here we go. I am the founder of the Brilliant team in Boca Raton, Florida. I've been licensed for about 7 years. And in that time, I have sold over $140 million in volume, which is that's US dollars, which is about 350 units. I tried to look up what that translates into South African money, and it was like so many numbers, I couldn't even tell you. But anyway, so I'm going to share with you. I got into real estate 7 years ago. It was the first time I was in real estate. And really what I found is that social media is the way to grow your business, you know, on a personal level, on your personal page, and then also organically through Facebook groups. So this is a presentation that I have used over the past year or two. It's evolved a little bit. I have not caught up with the evolution of it because I haven't worked on it significantly, so I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm going to dip through them. If you're enjoying the presentation, let me know on my Facebook page. Again, it's all organic reach. So if you share that, you know, you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, don't share anything on my Facebook page. But if you did enjoy it, please share on my Facebook page, because that's, again, you'll see how it brings up the algorithm in Facebook. And that's what I'm going to teach you about doing for your own personal Facebook pages too. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you about Facebook groups. Top 10 reasons why you want to have a Facebook group. So I created a Facebook group before I got into real estate. I moved to a new area, didn't really know anybody, and I wanted to meet people. I wanted to find out what the best restaurants were. It was more self-serving, but it was like a really good way to connect with people, especially if you didn't know anyone in the area. It's a good way to connect. I'm a connector, so I love bringing value to people and bringing people together. So if that's the type of thing that you enjoy doing, definitely start a Facebook group. What I do want to encourage you is do not start a Facebook group if you don't think it's something that you're going to be passionate about, right? So you always want to follow what your heart says. You want to do something that's like, don't do it because somebody else is doing it. It's successful if it doesn't resonate with you, because then it just won't be successful. So here are our top 10 reasons to have a Facebook group. And also what I want to tell you is that we will have questions at the end. I'm going to leave about 10 minutes at the end to answer any questions that you have. So feel free to write them, and we'll make sure that I get to those. So here we go. Top 10 reasons. Community of like-minded people. Everyone wants to feel part of something bigger than themselves. And we have the capability of doing that by creating this tool of Facebook groups and bringing people together. You get more exposure to a captive audience. So the active audience is specifically there to hear what you have to say. They resonated with the topic of the Facebook group, and they chose to join your Facebook group to hear what you had to say. Not just you, but also the other members of the group. Nurturing relationships. So people are going to get to know you as a person, which is the best way to cultivate relationships, right? People want to work with people they know, like, and trust. And the best way to do that is to be yourself. And the best way to do that is to follow your passion and show everyone in Facebook groups what you know about the area, what you know about different connections that you have, and just sharing and adding value. People spend a lot of time on Facebook. I don't know about you guys, but I have to tell you that through the pandemic, I think the Facebook time limit has probably gone up so substantially that you're getting more of a captive audience, especially people who are living alone. They want to share with people, want to feel connected. So amazing, amazing way to get a captive audience. There are 400 new Facebook users every minute. Let's see, and according to Statista, they spend about 2.5 hours on social media, but that was before the pandemic. I'm pretty sure it's probably double that at this point. There are more than 2 billion Facebook users per month, which gives you an unlimited reach. I mean, if you think about how many Facebook friends you have, or how many people you could have in a Facebook group, and then the people that they know, and the people that they know, and the people that they know, if you're really strategic about how you use social media, it's an unlimited reach. Access to friends of friends. So you get to build your sphere through word of mouth, right? So we're going to go into that a little bit later as well. And then you get to be a leader. So as the admin of the Facebook group, you get to control what's posted, what's monitored. You create the rules. It's basically your baby that people are part of. So if there's something you don't like, you can get rid of it. And then you also get to monitor and make sure that things are running smoothly. 9, you get a loyal fan base. So eventually what's going to happen is that these people who resonate with you are going to share your brand. and then you're going to basically bring awareness to it, and you're just going to create a really great following. So my Facebook group currently has 17,000 members in it, and I don't allow any other realtors in my group. So I'm really the face of real estate for our area, which is awesome. It literally, if I walk down the street, people know who I am. They think they know me because I post a lot as an admin of the group. And so they're like, Nikki, and most of the time, I don't know who they are. But it's really one of those things where people think they know you because you're so visual in their life. The top reason I would say is that it's free. So no need to pay for advertising. You're getting to connect with people on a much deeper level, and they're getting to know who you are. And people, again, want to work with people they know, like, and trust. So I'm going to go through this presentation as probably a little bit quickly because we have a limited amount of time. Again, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat, and we'll make sure that I get to those. So this is my Facebook group. I'm actually at 17,000 members now. This is one of the things that I need to update. Like I was saying, I moved to a new area, didn't know anybody, was trying to figure out ways. And I wasn't in real estate when I started my Facebook group. I should share that. I really did it because I wanted to meet people, figure out ways to connect with people. And I thought, well, let me start a Facebook group. And let me just tell you, when I started my Facebook group, there were about, because like one of the questions I always get is, well, there are 40 other Facebook groups in my area. Well, don't worry about the others, right? Focus on yours. Just like there are hundreds of other real estate agents in your area, don't worry about them. Worry about your business, worry about your Facebook group, and make it just add value, because people want to be connected to things that add value to them. So what is resonant in one Facebook group to one group of people may not necessarily resonate to you. One thing I don't have in this presentation that I do want to point out is making sure that your personal profile shows that you are a real estate agent, because we don't put anything real estate related in our Facebook group, or we didn't until about 6 months ago. And I'll share that a little bit later. But basically, we now use it as a value add because we have so many members. We have 17,000 members. We now tell our sellers on listing appointments, I have a value add that nobody else can offer you in my area, which is 17,000 active members will get to see your listing before we even go live. So it's just one of those things that it's an invaluable free value add. Okay. So what I want to talk to you about is making sure that you're creating a Facebook group for the right reasons. Because if you're doing it just for business, it's going to fail. You've got to be doing it to make an impact, because when you make an impact, you're going to drive interest and you're going to make an impact on people's lives, which is so important to grow anything, to grow a group. If you make it self-serving, people smell that. If you make it salesy, people smell that, they stay away from it. But if you're truly doing it from your heart because you want to help other people, that's when the magic happens. And I just want to tell you that, I have a quote here that Apple didn't set out to be the world's biggest company. They said, we're going to make the best cell phone. And in turn, the money came, right? Same thing with Google. They didn't say, we're going to make as much money as possible. They said, we're going to make the best search engine. And then the money came. So it's the same thing with your Facebook group. Like, really try and add value to the people that you're trying to gear towards, and you'll see that the money will come. I have a little video here that I want to share with you.
When we're laying on our deathbed, you're not going to worry about how much money you had, how much power you had, how much prestige. You're going to see that that was all game, that was all an illusion. The only thing that's going to matter is the impact you had on other people's lives.
We are all on a separate journey. But the beautiful thing about our life here on this earth is at my funeral, they ain't going to talk about my success. They're going to talk about who Nick was and how Nick lived and how Nick loved. and encouraged.
Success is incredibly important, but even more important than success, it's having an impact. It's knowing you haven't walked the planet in vain. It's knowing that because you've been here, you've blessed lives, you've developed people, and you have made the world a better place.
The effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. Everything you gain in life will rot and fall apart, and all that will be left of you is what was in your heart.
Life is a mirror, and life gives us not what we want. Life gives us who we are. When you were born, you cried while the world rejoiced. Live your life in such a way that when you die, the world cries while you rejoice.
That's a pretty powerful message, right? Making an impact and changing lives. Whew, I always get like emotional when I watch that. It's very powerful. So this guy, you might recognize him. That is Mark Zuckerberg. In 2018, Facebook actually overhauled their mission from making the world more open and connected to bringing the world closer together. So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about bringing the world closer together. And I want you to think about why they actually did that. And I'm going to read actually a quote from the reason why they did that. So after 10 years, Facebook realized there was a fundamental flaw with making the world more open and connected. It didn't have a specific push or positive outcome from connection. So what they wanted to do was give people the power to create community. So they're basically telling us that this is what they want us to do. They want to bring the world together by having communities nurtured. So when you think of this sentence, most people probably think, I'm going to build a community. I don't want you to think about building a community. I want you to think about nurturing a community, connecting with people. Building is so structured, right? Like when we think of building, we think of like building a house or building. What we're trying to do is put some emotion into it and nurture our communities, nurture our Facebook groups, and just bring people together and have them grow, develop, and thrive. Groups are a place that allow you to talk to your community and help it grow. So it's not just a place for you to offer promotions and sell yourself. Like I said, people don't like that. They don't want to be sold to. They want to have valuable information that they can share with other people. So I'm just going to really quickly give you 3 key components to earning your community. The first one is fostering, the second one is serving, and the third one is engaging. I'm going to expand on each of these individually just so you have a bit better sense. There's only so much I can pack into this, but I'm going to try and add as much value as possible. So fostering. So we want to connect people, right? That's the ultimate goal. You're going to be the connector of this group. But as the admin, it's your responsibility to bring people together, connect people and connect with people. So my group's generally a place where people feel like they want to join because they don't have another resource, right? And what I found in my experience is that when people are moving, they tend to go straight to Facebook and look for Facebook groups. So I always want to capture them before they reach out to any other realtors. So we have a new member reach out who's moving to the area and transferring a psychology degree. So I was able to connect her to another member in our group. Again, it's a win-win. I get to connect people with each other, and then they remember where they met each other, right? Oh, we met through Nikki, the realtor. So putting those connections together. I get messages throughout the week. It's really refreshing to be part of something bigger than ourselves. Just, you know, again, adding value. You're going to hear that from me a lot, adding value to people's lives. That's the key to any type of growth. Long-term consistency. You have to be patient. This is not something, you know, sometimes it's taken 2 or 3 years for clients of ours to buy or sell a property. But again, it's like that long-term nurture. So for me, what I found is a lot of people call for sale by owners or expires. I'm not sure if you have that in South Africa, but I've chosen to create my own private database of people. And those are the people that I choose to connect with and reach out to. This is, you know, one of our clients who decided to purchase a home after being in our group for a while. Forming emotional bonds. So when you add value to people's lives, they want to reciprocate. It's just human nature. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. And when you become a valuable resource for vetted referrals, they come to trust you and they want to do business with you. So it's just like really human nature for people to want to reciprocate. They want to work with you. You become a connection for them that's invaluable. And I want you to think about how those business relationships can benefit you. Do you have a painter? Do you have, you know, an accountant that can refer business to you? Do you have anybody who I connect with or who I refer to? There is an expectation that they are also going to refer business to me. You have to make sure that it's reciprocal if that's what you're looking for in order to grow your business. So we started a business networking group, a subgroup. You can see from our group, we had 440 people who made comments and were interested in joining our subgroups. So we've really kind of built this brand outside of the Brilliant Team. My team is called the Brilliant Team. My group is called Boca Raton Moms Connect because I'm in Boca Raton. And the name is really important. You want to make sure that you use a name that people can search for on Facebook, right? Because that's the first thing they do when they want to move. So really think about the name you're going to use and what you think people would search for when they're looking to find out information about the area or whatever you're passionate about, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be a community group about mums or moving or community news. If you like fishing or hunting or sewing, and that's what you're passionate about, that's the group that you could create. You could create a local sewing group, right? And have thousands of people join your group who have that same connection. It's all about connecting. It's not about doing something that you think is the right thing to do for your business, but really look into your heart and see what you're passionate about. So serving your community, bringing valuable content. Okay, so these posts, you know, people like to laugh. And so we would post things that were funny, like Friday funny, things that I thought were funny anyway. So, you know, just whatever you're resonating with, post it. And also it's a lot of trial and error, right? Like some things are going to work, some things are going to fall flat. If I have something that's going to fall flat and I'm not getting a lot of engagement, I'll probably delete it, because when new people come in the group, I want them to see all of my posts that have a lot of interaction, because then it makes the group more credible, right? It's like, oh, there are, you know, 1,000 people liking this post. They must love this group because they're constantly in it. So if I get 5 likes on a post just for me because my group's so large, then I'll probably take it down, because again, like I said, I want it to be filled with engagement. These are just some other posts that I had done. Okay, being responsive. Okay, this is really important when you're creating a Facebook group, is being responsive. You want to be the solution to meet these people's needs, right? So if you see a post that's not getting any traction or any interaction, you're going to want to find the answer. So when I first moved to the area and I didn't have the answer to a question, I would go on Google and like look up what's the best restaurant. And then I would say, I've heard the best restaurant is X. Even though I hadn't been there, I would just say, I've heard it, so that at least I'm putting something out there, right? And it shows that I'm knowledgeable. So yeah, definitely make sure that you're responding because people want to feel validated. You don't want to lose them as a you don't want to lose them as a contributor. You want to make sure that they feel like their contribution is valuable as well. Okay, so being charitable. So this is huge. As the leader of the group, you are actually responsible for being the facilitator to empower your members to give back. I mean, I can give you some examples of what we do. So we make sure that in our office, we have like a large box. So if people want to deliver things to us, or my office knows that we are going to be receiving stuffed animals for a stuffed animal drive. So every month of the year, we do something different. So like the first month of the year, January could be we're asking for donations for pets. February could be, we're asking for gently used clothing for children, for foster children. And what happens is people are so happy because a lot of the times people don't know, they want to give back, but they don't know how to do it. So we get to be that vessel that helps people clear out their closets. It's like a win-win, right? Like they get to clean out their closet, they get to take their items to the office, so they're purging and their stuff's being taken somewhere that's, people are going to really appreciate it. So we get to be that vessel as the leader of a group. And I don't care if there are 10 people in your group or 20,000 people in your group, just focus on the fact that you have people, because if you can get one person giving back, you're already, adding so much value and creating an impact. So this is just another example of us serving our community. So over Christmas, not last year because of the pandemic, we did do a Christmas drive last year. We did it all online. But the year before, we had wish lists for children, foster children. And we asked various foster organizations to ask the children what they would like for Christmas. And we had these lists created so that people in our Facebook group would write "taken" underneath a list, and they would go with their children. Like if there's, you see Zaya, age 11, it has this wish list. And so somebody would say, I want to take that. And we would encourage people, go with your kids to the store and pick out the things that Zaya wants, because it's but can't really ask for more. Okay, engaging your community, coming from contributions. So when I started my group, I used to post a lot of information about the local area. So new construction, events, school updates, things that I thought people would be interested in hearing. I always tried to be the breaking news of the area, because I wanted people to kind of say, oh, did you hear from the Boca Moms group that this is happening? And then that would encourage more people to join the group. So being the breaking news, and sometimes I would see my realtor friends posting, new things that were happening in the area. I would quickly grab it and stick it in my group for me. I wouldn't share it from their page, of course. I would go directly to the link and then post that link into my Facebook group. Okay. This is, I don't know if you guys have the office there, but this is, it's important to ask yourself, is this something I would be interested in hearing or reading about? And if not, then don't post it. Okay, be a conversation starter. When you first get started in your group, I'm just keeping my eye on the time because I don't want to go over for you guys. But when you want to first get started in your group, your job as the community leader is to connect people, right? So whether it's connecting people to other people, to interests, to referrals for things, you want to get a conversation started and then step away. So make sure that every comment gets a hug. And what I mean by that is, if you were at a cocktail party and somebody asked you a question or made a comment, you wouldn't do a thumbs up, right? You would respond to them. So as awesome as it is to like something or heart something, it's much more powerful, especially for the Facebook algorithm, to actually make a comment on the post. So these got really good engagement. People love talking about food. So definitely food. And then places to donate things. So always get good engagement from those types of posts. So be a resource, right? Like we want to make sure that you're the person to go to for anything. You want to be the person that attracts a crowd. You want to have a following because people know that you're in the know. Like some people call me Nikki Knows. Like go ask Nikki Knows, because they know that even if I don't have the answer, I will know someone that does have the answer. So Gary Keller always says you want to be the mayor of your town. And I can truly say that with all the work that we've done in nurturing our group and growing it, that I feel people come to me for whatever their needs are, which is really all we can ask for, is that we become that resource. So this is just an example. You know, I made a post in my group to ask people how we had added value. And you can see Sarah Goldie Bliss, she actually was listing her home and buying with us. So they felt indebted. You know, I had a hairdresser who made an extra $30,000 from being referred in our group. I mean, that's life-changing. Like you really get to change lives by using this free tool as a platform. Passionate communities emerge organically. They're not forced. So what I want you to know is that, you know, I really knew that my group had made it when I read in some of the comments, people were like saying, oh, BRMC said this or BRMC said that. And I was like, what is BRMC? I had no idea. And then I realized that my tribe, this group, had abbreviated Boca Raton Moms Connect to BRMC. And I didn't even know that. So like, it's so rewarding to know that you create this community of people who feel so connected. They make an abbreviated name and they feel like they're part of a tribe, and they're always looking out for each other and always have each other's backs. Really, really powerful. Okay, so I'm gonna go straight to this one. Really quickly, I'm gonna try and do this in 5 minutes because I want you guys to be able to ask questions. The difference between a page and a group. So they're two different platforms. A Facebook page is really like more for business. Oh, I have a chart for it. Okay, here you go. Take pictures. A page is really where you build a business. A group is where you create a community. So a page is going to be the professional environment geared towards promoting a brand, while the group should be more personal and private. It's going to be geared towards more like-minded people. And just think about creating a tribe, creating, you know, your circle of people who are going to resonate with you. A page is going to be informative, so people are going to be passively consuming information, and the dialogue is going to be mostly one way, okay? But the groups are going to be interactive and filled with conversation, and members are going to feel really engaged in the conversation. You're going to find that people will respond to articles, they're going to voice their opinions, and they have conversations when you have a group versus a page. So a page is considered a professional forum, and a group is more like a personal, get to know members on a personal level. A page is going to be a place where businesses try to get as many people as possible to like their page. But when you have a group, it's going to be your consistency is going to trump the quantity of people that you have, right? So that goes for members and also numbers of posts. You don't want to post too much because people are going to think you're spammy, but you also want to be careful about who you let into your group. Be very careful about monitoring every profile. We check every single profile that goes into to make sure they're legitimate, because you want to keep your group as valid and credible as possible. Fostering passionate communities takes time, and you have to be patient. I want you to think of your audience like this. You ready? A page is directed towards the consumer, while the group is creating brand evangelists. And these evangelists are going to rave about your group, which in turn becomes about your business. So we created a purpose statement for our group so that we knew, you know, it's important to understand what the values are of your group. It's kind of like a mission statement. So write write a purpose for the group that you want to create and make sure that it resonates with you. Because once you truly believe in it and you believe in your vision and your passion, that's going to come through to other people too. Let's see. Make sure you figure out who your target audience is for your group. Like I said, for us, it was capturing mostly moms who were moving to our area, because they're really like, I hate to say they're really the decision makers. For the most part, the moms know what they want, and they want to connect with other moms and kind of chat about, you know, who they can meet, what the neighbors are like. So it's that type of thing. And then think about what you're going to post. Decide how often you want to get engagement. Remember, you can always schedule your posts. You can schedule them. And then you can, let's see, your group activities you can schedule, adding members, and just accepting posts. These should all be time blocked, just so you know. At the beginning, when I started, it was very overwhelming. You can get completely consumed in setting up a group and then making sure that everything gets posted and making sure you're accepting members. So my recommendation would be take some time in the morning. It doesn't have to be long, it can be 10 minutes. But don't do it throughout the day, because you're going to just get totally distracted and you're going to miss, it's just going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. So just really time block for when you're going to go into your group and try not to veer away from that. Again, like I said, in the morning, you can schedule your posts for the rest of the week if you want to. There are ways to do that, but just make sure that you're not going in and out, because it can be another full-time job. So we want to avoid that. We want to focus on your business. Let's see. Okay, figure out how you're going to moderate the group. So we always make sure that posts that we can monitor the content. You're going to find a lot of people writing reviews and self-promoting. You want to avoid that at all cost, because then it becomes just a massive advertising campaign and you're going to lose your audience. Also make sure that you are the only admin, because I had a Facebook group with an admin with somebody else. They ended up leaving and they kicked me out of the group because I was, she was an admin and I was an admin. So, which is fine. It's fine, but just be prepared to know that the people that you bring into your group to help you moderate should be moderators and not admin, unless you trust them with your entire firstborn child or something. Okay. So really quickly, best practices. I'm trying to speed through this so that I can get you as much information as possible. Make sure you have standards and guidelines to have a successful group. In your group, you can pin posts as announcements. Make sure those are the rules. Only share relevant information. So you want to monitor all the posts. Make sure that there's nothing negative, no negative reviews about businesses. You don't want any bad karma. Even if people are saying it, there are always 3 sides to a story. Stay out of the drama. We don't want anything negative. Everything should be like positive and helps people grow. We do not allow conversation topics about politics or religion or vaccines. Those are the 3 no-nos, because people have very strong opinions either way, and it just turns into it's just not a good situation. So learn from our experience. And what I will tell you is that when we have our, these are some of our rules, we definitely make it very clear that we sell real estate and that we are the experts for real estate if you're moving to the area. So really quickly, I'm going to just talk to you about your role as an admin. So great tips to start your role as an admin. Remember that you should lead and not direct. You're going to be a conversation starter. Always intend to ask questions that need a response and introduce members to each other. That's what people love. They love to feel connected, especially if they're moving to an area where they don't know anybody and you think to yourself, oh my gosh, they'd probably really get along with this person. Just do an intro. Even if they never speak again, they know that they can come to you if they want to meet somebody. Also, let's see. Yeah, so I told you about my situation. All right, so these are just some of the events that we had. Now, I know we have a pandemic right now, so it's not conducive. We're doing more stuff online. I haven't done as much stuff online as I would like to, but when we weren't in a pandemic and we were doing things offline, we would have some really amazing events, and our team was the sponsor for every event, right? So I tried to keep my real estate team separate from my Boca Moms group, but we always sponsor our events, right? So if we're having an event with vendors and sponsors, we will make sure that our tent is at the front of the event and we have swag for all of our clients. And then people who aren't part of our team will be like, well, how do I get that? And it's a great way to capture people's information, put them in your database, and have them become part of the team or a client. This was a spring fling event that we had. We also had a Halloween warm-up event. So we've done many events. Really quickly, I'm going to talk to you about bringing your business logo into it. So if you look at my Facebook group logo and then my Brilliant Team logo, the font is very similar. The colors are very similar. It's keeping that top of mind, right? Like keeping those colors and that font very similar so that people can feel like they know you. It's a constant reminder. Okay. I made it through really quickly. That's good. So I'm really hoping that you have gotten value out of this presentation and that you're inspired to start your own community, because it takes time to build trust and to nurture. But once you do it and you see what you're getting from it, it really does become like your biggest passion. So I am happy to answer any questions that you have or any ahas that you had. I would love to hear if you had any. And I'm going to try and get back to the Zoom. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. Stop share. Okay. I think I'm back. Let's see. All right, so I have a couple of questions here that I'm going to answer. Do you have a personal page and a business page? I do have a personal page and I also have a business page. Be very strategic about your personal page. I think it's really important that you let people, I do a lot of my private stuff with my kids. I make that for friends only. You can actually change your status to be for public, which means anyone who even isn't a friend can see your stuff, or just friends. So anything to do with my kids or family related or personal, I'll make it just friends, because when somebody from the public goes to my profile, I want to make it very clear that I am in real estate. My doorbell just rang, so welcome to technology. Use a normal, yes, I use a normal profile picture. Do you add all clients onto Facebook or do I invite all? So I love to bring my clients into my Facebook world because I want them to get to know me and like me as a person. So I become friends, I add friends to anybody that I interact with that I think will add value. I think it's much more important to do that than become friends with other realtors in your area, right? Like, because what we're trying to do is get ourselves out there to the community. So that's the most important thing, is get people to, because you're always gonna be top of mind. If you're making posts, you'll be top of mind. Do you plan your content weekly or monthly? And how much time should I allocate? So I actually, it depends what's happening, right? If there's an event, then I will immediately schedule the event for people to see, 2 weeks before the event's going to happen. So sometimes what happens is, your local stadium is going to have some concert. So I'll take that link and I'll schedule it for 2 weeks before the event that's happening. Totally depends. I mean, if there's stuff going on for Valentine's Day, I'll schedule that. So some things I schedule and some things I'm just like, oh, people would love this. So I'll post it now if it's something that I think will add value. Let me see. How much time do I'm going to be honest with you. I tell you like time block for your groups, but I actually don't do that myself. But I would recommend it until you really, really get into the depth of knowing how to run the Facebook group, because you will get overwhelmed if you don't time block for it at the beginning, just to get to know how it runs, right? Like you want to make sure you know what you're doing. Otherwise, I would, just depends. Like I go in and out. I now have a ton of moderators. So I have like 4 or 5 people who moderate the group with me. And a lot of those are local moms who just wanted to help, which is amazing, right? Like you get to have this resource and you get this team of people who believe so clearly in your vision of what you want for your group that they want to add value and help out too. They're everywhere. These people are amazing. So they help monitor the group so I don't have to focus on it as strongly as I used to. Let's see, how much time do I spend on group? Thanks, Nikki. Okay, I think I'm pretty much have, are there any other questions that I can help? Are there any other questions that I can help answer? Could you do this using WhatsApp? Yeah, I think you could. You know, I don't use WhatsApp a lot, so I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. I have been told that people are using their statuses for WhatsApp. We are having a session tomorrow with a few agents from your area that I know do use WhatsApp at a high level. So I definitely would recommend you watching our social media panel this time tomorrow morning. That could definitely be helpful. So anyway, I hope that you really enjoyed the talk. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I think, I'm just going to check with Belinda. I think we're done. Unless you have any other questions, feel free to send messages to me. You can find me on Facebook, Nikki Klein. I'm in South Florida. Would love to help you with any of your referrals that are moving to South Florida. We have a lot of South. Actually, I get a lot of people asking me, in case you were wondering, I am not from South Africa. A lot of people ask me that. So yeah, I'm from London, England originally, and moved to the States. But I'm going to sign off. I think we did really well, and I think I answered all of your questions. So feel free to send me more questions on my personal profile, Nikki Klein, and we are out. Thank you so much.